Alright, we're getting ourselves into the second game. I'm going to be joined by Zizan again, so he's still on a Skype call with me. Welcome back.
Hello, thank you for having me back.
Alrighty, let's get into the game. We're a little bit earlier than last time, but last time we were a little bit late. So, the last game was kind of a stomp by Rox.Kis. What do you think happened?
I think it was mainly just Fnatic not capitalizing on early aggression. I mean, you really want early aggression when you've got things like an Undying and a Venomancer, and they just didn't. They were more content to just farm, and I think the weird laning setup put everyone on a bit of an off foot, but
Yeah,
you can't really use that excuse.
I think Rox.Kis came in with a little bit more of a strategy. Fnatic's was, alright, let's get Wisp tiny. And it didn't really pay off for them. That Slithering Crush was really there to help out Rox.Kis in winning those team fights every time that the Veno relocated in.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as the team fight started, I mean, between the Dazzle and like the Natural Order, it was just everyone was on. I know they were on full health, but effectively you're not. You're starting the team. You're in the team fight at a huge disadvantage, survivability wise. So it's pretty nasty.
I'm going to adjust my camera settings. They were a bit odd the last time. I think
Is it too high?
Yeah, it's moving around too quickly, but I'm not 100% sure how to fix that.
I will send in Skype. That is the console command you need to use. Well, the one that I use anyway.
Oh, okay. Game interface. I found it. Camera acceleration. Down.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, the bottom one's fine. That's the one that I use for some reason.
Yeah, I don't have my console up right now, so
yeah.
No console for me. Alrighty, so Rox.Kis have banned out the AA and the Wisp, so they're still pretty anti-global strat, and we've got that respect ban Dazzle from Fnatic.
Yeah. I mean, Dazzle, it never looks like Dazzle's doing a huge amount in team fights, but he really, really is. I mean, didn't see any huge shallow grave plays, but still. First pickup here is actually it's an Invoker. I think that's probably going to be Quas Wax because current meta Quas Wax is overpowered as hell. So.
Yeah, Hani and Dendi are really the only ones left to go for the Quas Exort and just want to have all of the damage ever.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, with the nerf to Forge Spirits, it's just nowhere near as good. The timings are so much easier with Quas Wax than with the MP combo, so it's
Plus, I mean,
much better.
The amount of control you get just from a Quas Wax build, just from a good EMP, and then a tornado can interrupt anything. So if the other team has a Clockwork, well, bummer. It's just gonna get tornado. I mean, that happens with anything. If they had Fnatic had a Quas Wax Invoker in the last game, they could have tornadoed away any of that Slithering Crush action. I mean, so he offers a lot of different options, and if you can get the fast levels on him or fast Midas.
Yeah, I mean the only real downside to it is your lack of right click at the start. But I mean, usually you start off with a blade attack, so it's it evens out really.
So Nyx Assassin Disruptor. I love the Disruptor pick. I think Disruptor is incredible. As long as you can communicate well, which obviously Fnatic can communicate well with each other. Pub Disruptor can have some unfortunate glimpses.
Yeah, I mean, like for pushing towers, it's so strong because TP rotations. I mean, one person that's rotating is most likely not going to be rotating. They're going to be going straight back to where they came from. So it's can be pretty nasty. Plus with the static storm as well, it's especially if you get an Ags upgrade because that means no BKB for you.
It's an AOE doom.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit crazy. I like that they added that, and it's like, oh, Treant Protector. I do love myself a bit of Treant Protector.
Golak has been playing a lot of Treant recently. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Treant. I think he's underused, definitely.
Yeah, I mean he got hit with a lot of nerfs, mostly to his
ban.
I'm gonna forget what it's called. His living armor.
Living armor mana cost's a bit crazy now, but it's still pretty ridiculous because sort of dual laning mid if that's the way you're wanting to do it, because I mean it's a global heal really. It's you can go without any regen to lane at the start as well, so it can be quite nasty.
I think it's going to be very nice. Maybe not so much for the Invoker, since if he is going Crosswex, he has a lot of free regen anyways. But depending on what else they pick, Treant's going to help out those lanes a lot. So let's see, Batrider Ban. Batrider Ban, interesting. And then Bane in response.
Dire Team Ban.
Well, Bane's always a good one. Of course, there is always the option at the moment of the Morana Bane combo, so they don't really want to be dealing with that. Because it's overpowered as hell, basically.
It really is. That is a roaming duo, which you actually don't see that much. We've been seeing mostly the farming Morana. But the Morana Bane, if you run dual lanes, or Morana Bane roaming combo, is very powerful. Interesting Dark Seer fan. He has been very popular lately.
Yeah, I just think with how strong Clockwork, Bristleback, and Timbersaw are, it's just it's kind of a no-brainer. Is really, unless of course you're Furion, in which case I don't like you.
Now I understand the Batrider Ban up against an Ember Spirit.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
Ember Spirit is far too overpowered. They really need to give him a nerf.
Spirit. I am surprised he got added to Captain's mode the way he was. Earth Spirit isn't even in Captain's mode, and they really nerfed him. So
yeah, I mean, he's Earth Spirit. I think they've got the right balance with Earth Spirit at the moment, but it's Ember Spirit needs fixed, really, really fixed. Like remove all damage.
It's not that he needs mana problems. He can't be quite so spammy, because as soon as you get a Battle Fury or if you get a drum on him, his mana problems are gone. And a drum is not expensive. It's an easy way to fix it. And then he can just spam it. I mean, Sleight of Fist is 50 mana. And it's a free Omni Slash.
Yeah, especially if you go for the Battle Fury. I mean, it's sometimes actually better than Omni Slash if you can get up 2 Battle Furies. So I think they either need to nerf the Sleight of Fist mana cost or Flame Guard. They need to do something about Flame Guard, because
you can't have a free Radiance and a free Juggle.
Reserve time.
Yeah, and also the like 500 mana magic absorption. Just kills teams that have a lot of magic damage. I mean, the Nyx is running with a wee bit of magic damage, the Disruptor is pretty much all magic damage, the Lich is pretty much all magic damage, the Luna. Can't remember if Eclipse is physical or magic. I think it's magic.
It's magic, because BKB blocks it. Well, the other thing is that if the team has so much magic damage, you actually don't want to have that Flame Guard, because Flame Guard has that free Radiance burn, and if they have a lot of magic damage, they're just going to get rid of it completely, and then you lose a main source of your damage. So he might choose to do the Sleight of Fist build. But I guess they have a lot of magic damage early. We'll see how they play it.
Yeah, but I think probably it's going to be like a 4-4-1 build coming out for the Ember Spirit. Probably likely.
Reserve time.
What a miss! Oh, Morana Ban.
Yeah. Morana Ban. Yeah, I can see the Morana working there. There's no real setup other than like the Treant Protector or the Bolas for it, so it's not that great a ban, but Morana Ban's always good, really.
I wonder, are they expecting an off-lane Treant? Or like a safe lane Invoker mid-Ember, so you need to pick a farmer for the tri-lane? That's just, the Morana Ban's just a little strange to me role-wise. You don't see her off-lane that much.
Yeah, I mean, she's off-laneable, but it's a bit strange. I think most likely it's going to be Ember Spirit in the safe lane, and then, but yeah, probably Treant or maybe Veno off-lane. Veno off-lane is pretty decent, but I don't know, not really sure.
Yeah, it's interesting. But, I mean, for Fnatic, it looks like they're trying to pick up a mid here.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the Nyx Assassin for the off-lane, and the Disruptor, Lich, Luna for a reasonably defensive tri-lane, so...
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I could still see dual lanes coming out of Fnatic.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of dual lanes. I think tri-lanes are a bit boring.
I think Fnatic is also a fan of dual lanes, to be honest. And then Lich, he doesn't offer that much to a tri-lane, really.
Reserve time.
He pulls it back a little. He has a little bit of damage, but I'm not seeing... I could see a stronger Nyx Lich combo. You slow him down, you land the Impale, you get more done, in my opinion.
Yeah. With the Nyx, like, solo experience on Nyx is so strong, though, because getting an early Vendetta is just terrifying. They've actually picked up a Shadow Fiend for the final, so he's going to be hitting very, very hard with the Lunar Blessing as well. So,
10 seconds
Uchi.
remaining.
Make his life easier.
Shadow Fiend versus Invoker, it should actually be okay. I mean, Shadow Fiend obviously has got garbage base damage, but so is Quaswax Invoker. So they might want to go for Exhort, or at least one level and 1 point in Exhort at the start, just to get a little bit of extra right-clicking ability.
If Luna chooses to get the Lunar Blessing first, though, that will help out
Fnatic's
Shadow
turn
Fiend
to pick.
quite a bit as well, so...
Well, we're wondering what they were going to go for their off lane. There is their off lane. It's Nature's Prophet.
It is potentially going to be the Ember Spirit mid. Although, I don't know, does BZZ just really like to play Invoker? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. It'd be interesting to see what they do. But yeah, it's a Hani Shadow Fiend mid. And No Tail on the Disruptor. So, No Tail plays a pretty damn good Disruptor. So,
Disruptor is just incredible. So, it's just a very powerful hero. He's going to do a lot against the Veno as well.
Disruptor's an interesting hero to watch as well, because with the Glimpse plays and the kinetic field, there's a lot of kind of those butt clenching moments of will the kinetic field come up in time and things like that. It's nice to see a disable like that. Yeah. Anyway, we'll start off with introductions here. Do you want to introduce Fnatic, and I'll do Rox.Kis this time?
Sure. So we have got playing the Lich Fly. And looks like he's just going to wait around to sacrifice mid. He went boots first. No Tail on the Disruptor. We've got Era playing the Luna, so potential tri-lane bottom. I'm not sure. Trixie is on the Nyx. Interesting movement coming out here. And then Hani up on Shadow Fiend.
Yeah. And on the side of Rox.Kis, we've got Go Black on the Treant Protector. We've got Solo on the Ember Spirit. We have, on the Invoker, we've got BZZ is perfect. We've got Seedoy on the Nature's Prophet, and we've got Yol on the Venomancer.
So it looks like they are running solo mid with that safe lane Invoker and a Nature's Prophet jungle? Or a Nature's Prophet off lane and a Treant Veno roaming combo?
I don't know, it's hard to say what their sort of lanes are going to be like at this stage. It's a bit weird, really.
I mean, Ember Spirit mid is well established, and
exactly.
You can run a safe lane Invoker. You did go Exort first. Might be a Quas Exort Invoker. I still expect Quaswax, and he went the Exort point.
The battle begins.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of really, really low mana pool heroes for Fnatic, so the mana drain's not going to be that as ridiculous as it would be against, like, say, like a Sand King or something like that makes him pretty much useless when he has no mana. So yeah, I don't know. I think Exhort is fairly sensible. He's let the range creep go first as well, so that'll naturally push the tower towards himself.
It looks like he'll just be up against Trixie. Shouldn't be too hard of a lane for him. And Trixie doesn't have that much harass. Could choose to go for that mana burn build. Pause. Might have some more lag issues. Does Luxembourg always seem to have problems to you?
Sorry?
Aren't we on the Luxembourg servers?
Yes, we're Luxembourg still, I think. I think we are. Well, my ping's 79. If it was US, then I would get something. I'd get about 115, so...
Yeah, my ping's about 100.
Yeah, it sounds like it's probably Luxembourg then. Ouch, 1k. Yeesh.
That would be a challenge.
Yeah. I mean, you can play in 100 or 200 or something like that, but okay, maybe not.
Yeah, no. It's miserable. I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
It's absolutely miserable. But, oh well.
Cedar's starting off with just a Robe of the Magi, nothing else at the moment.
What is he doing?
I don't know. I mean, obviously you can build treads out of that, but...
But treads profit?
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of need face boots unless you're absolutely amazing with Treant Micro.
Yeah. I mean, you can get the Oblivion staff, I guess, and go for
Radiant's middle
go for
tower
the
is under attack.
go for that. But it's not something you want to immediately rush, I don't think.
Now the question is Fly going to sit mid or is he going to leave? Okay, he's leaving. He just sacrificed a couple creeps and then.
Yeah, I think giving Shadow Fiend just that little bit of extra pressure to allow him to get a couple of souls is going to put Hani in a bit of a better spot against Solo, so that'll be quite nice for him.
So, I guess it's Sidoi jungle. A little greedy of them.
Yeah, I've not seen a Nature's Prophet jungle in a long time.
I mean, not unless you're in a puck game.
Yeah, looks like a bit of a rotation. Nature's Prophet coming down at the bottom lane here. No-Tail is dropping pretty low there, and he does actually drop to Sidoi there. So, roll the Magi. Too legit.
Rob Magi, jungle Nature's Prophet.
Yeah. Luckily did manage to get his level 2 before that engagement started. Just and no more by the looks of things, based on experience. Say that he only just got it. No-Tail TPing back into the bottom lane to try and prevent them from going on Era here. Because Era really needs the farm to be able to be survivable, because Luna is very, very squishy before you get start getting some items up. So
most of Fnatic is incredibly squishy, whereas Rox.Kis is a little harder to kill. Treant, just a lot of health. Just tanky.
yeah,
Ridiculously
Treant's a very slippery character, if nothing else. He's actually been caught out in the jungle here. Fly's going to slow him down a bit. He's got the damage over time, and it looks like he is. Oh no! Lovely clutch play there by the Treant Protector, managing to save Sidoi there. They're going to get pick off Fly for that one. Oh, Disruptor actually denied Lich there. Very nice. Nice play there from No-Tail.
So, yeah. Lich does go down, but he doesn't really lose much. So, yeah, I doubt he lost very much gold. And I didn't really lose any time. Such a low level, he respawns almost instantly.
A little less than ideal. It was some really nice play from Go-Black there, throwing that living armor onto the on the Nature's Prophet, on the Sidoi. It really, really saved them. That free poor man's shield is very nice.
Yeah, Hani grabbing a haste, running top, pinging out BZZ. BZZ losing a lot of health here just to the Trixie harass. Hani's gonna come in and just take the last hit. Oh, the Trinket Protector heal.
Yeah. Oh, not quite enough against the Rays, unfortunately. Some nice attempt there from the Treant, but
no. Is there damage block on Rays, or is it just on auto attacks?
Just on auto attacks. I think it works like a per man shield, and it looks like they actually did manage to pick off Ember Spirit on the mid, so that is going to slow down Solo a fair bit. You don't want to be doing that. I mean, the Lich got the kill, so it's not too bad. He will get his probably mech up fairly quickly. So
the Treant Protector heal actually does block from all damage sources.
Is it all damage? Alright, okay. That's nasty.
But still not enough. It's only level 2, so it only blocks 40.
Still a nice one. I mean, right clicks. That takes Lich down to basically nothing. Disruptive down to nothing. Luna down to very little. So that plus natural armor, it's basically invulnerability for a few right clicks.
Era having to sit back here without his support. Can't really afford to go forward. A Gale and a Leech Seed.
Yeah.
Take him right out.
Looks like Solo's going to be getting initiated on here. He does get in the connect field, and he does go down there. Nice play from No-Tail again. Looks like No-Tail is really on point this game. We've seen some lovely play from him.
And now this is the Fnatic we're used to seeing. Early aggression, early rotations, really taking control of these laning stages, using their supports effectively. Last game was just very passive, and it worked out well in Rox.Kis'
Dire's
favor.
middle tower is under attack.
I think it was probably just a strange laning situation that just put them all off. It put them really off their stride, and that's not what you want. And oh, there we go. There is a Sunstrike coming in and ponying the Lich there.
Yeah.
Nice play there. By
Feno threw out a Gale, had actually missed, but he got the poison sting up on Lich. And
slows him down enough to make an easy one.
Yep, BZZ getting a nice kill from top.
BZZ indeed proving that he is perfect. Trixie doing okay in the offlane here, but I mean, BZZ is just he's going to win the last inning, really.
But I mean, Trixie doesn't really need a lot of last hits.
Yeah.
He's got 15, and that's actually pretty impressive up against a Quas Exort Invoker.
Yeah. I guess I always forget that it is quasi exort, so it's easy last hitting. Yeah, I mean he's got level 6 now. He's got his Vendetta up, and he is actually going to go and do a bit of damage here on BZZ. And he drops pretty low here. The Lich coming in for some support. He doesn't have anything off cooldown. The Frost Blast going to be off cooldown in 1 second. Here he's going to drop it, and that should guarantee the kill here. There we go. He does drop a Sunstrike, but not quite on point. Doesn't actually manage to pick on it off.
Hani in a bit of trouble here mid. We've got Sidoi throwing some right clicks. The Venom Ward slowing him down. He should be able to run himself away. He devoted 3 to that gank. Didn't get anything out of it. Unfortunately for Rox.Kis.
Now that Hani's got his boots, he should be okay. With running away, he's not a particularly slow hero, so.
Hani is topping the charts for last hits and denies, 27 and 10.
Yep, he's doing very, very nicely. Shadow Fiend, obviously, with that early support from Fly, he managed to get enough souls that it's not going to be a bad one for him. And you're getting caught in here with the kinetic field. It is going to drop down here. Looks like nice raise there from Hani, guarantees a kill. Invoker kills Lich as well elsewhere. A little bit of a slight dive there from BZZ, but nothing too dangerous.
Yeah, Solo sitting very behind here. He's just managed to pick up his boots. He's only at 12 and 1.
He's sitting 4th from last on the net worth. He's actually sitting behind the tree end, so he's had a pretty rough game. I guess this is the way to deal with an Ember Spirit. Make sure he doesn't get the levels, doesn't get the farm, and then he's semi-useless, I would say.
Level-wise, Hani and BZZ doing about the same. But yeah, I mean, Ember's sitting only at level 5. He's one of the lowest levels in the game. Those ganks mid were incredibly hard on him.
Yeah.
We've got a Gale hit up on No Tail and a Leech Seed. Disruptor dropping the ultimate though. No Tail's gonna fall. Sidoi ports in as well. And they don't manage to get a return kill there.
Yeah. Hero dropping back into a little bit more of a safe position here. Wasn't worth going in on that one, I don't think. Even with the Eclipse, it still wouldn't have been enough, I don't think.
Yeah, especially with the Sidoi rotation in.
Yeah, that's something you've always got to be careful of. I mean, it could look like a 2-on-1 gank, but it's really a 3 because you've got the Nature's Prophet as well. So
they're going on BZZ top. Trixie trying to get in some auto attacks. Actually, BZZ turning it around on the Lich. He's got a Forge Spirit following Fly. Impale up on BZZ though. Should be.
Oh, does manage to get the return kill on there. Nice one, and he is duking for dear life here. Looks like he actually could get out here. The living armor comes off as well, but the raise. Oh, Hani with the on-point raises. That is a shame. Trixie looks like he's in a bit of a bad spot here. Solo's going to try and get a little bit of return to form, but he's not quite going to get it. I think a raise might just do some damage here, but not quite enough. Yol rotating here, drops a Gale on the Shadow Fiend, but not going to be quite enough here. Ember Spirit's pretty low, Nature Prophet's pretty low, so you're not going to be wanting to do anything here. And looks like Solo is. Oh, he is going to die there. Didn't quite manage to disconnect that. Unfortunate. Fly throwing out
the up just to stay safe in case he needs to actually do something, but he's sitting very low. Looks like he's backing off now.
Yeah. I think that's definitely the best thing to do. Nyx has not got great regen to be staying anywhere near the lane. Hani dropping the ult there. Looks like BZZ is going to win this engagement by the looks of things. The Forge Spirit's dropping his armor down pretty low, and he does manage to escape. Nice play there by BZZ.
Radiant's middle tower is under
incredibly
attack.
nicely done. Fly getting away with a little bit of health. It looked like Fnatic had that, and Rox.Kis completely turned it around with the Nature's Prophet ultimate bouncing through. It did a lot more damage than I think what Fnatic was counting on.
Yeah, I actually missed the start of that engagement because I'm a noob and I was watching the Nyx run away because that's obviously exciting.
Well, BZZ has picked up his Midas, which not too bad timing for him.
Yeah. Some nice play there by Go Black there, dropping the Leech Seed on the creeps just to heal up BZZ a little bit more. Looks like they're pinging out BZZ just now, and Nyx Assassin's going to come up here on him. Of course, the Treant Protector is there. He does have the ult, so this could be a little bit dangerous, but it looks like Trixie is going to go on there. The Impale comes out as well, and there you go. He is locked in, and he is silenced with the static field, and he does go down. Treant cannot do much there. I think even the ult would have done very little.
I thought perhaps Trixie might go on it, but he decided not to. Looks like Fnatic might want to push up here. Nope, nope, they're dispersing. I guess they don't want to push yet.
Yeah. Solo just, he's only sitting on a bracer at the moment, really, for major items, and he's got Boots Bottle Bracer, and that's pretty much it for anything really useful. And compare that to Hani. I mean, he's got his Ogre Club, he's going to be getting his Mithril Hammer very shortly, and then when he's got his BKB, ouchie, it's going to go bad.
Yeah, so I didn't even realize how close he was. Net worth, he's sitting at the top. How is Era doing? Alright, picked up the Morbid Mask to get a little more farm. I don't think Era got as much as he wanted in lane. Venno and Tree is kind of hard to fight up against.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's all No-Tail's taking some damage here. He does take a Sunstrike there, and it does actually go down. Nature's Prophet dropping the ult as well, just to guarantee that one. Trick's coming in and under Vendetta. He is going to try and pick off BZZ here. He does get the stun, and here comes the Lich ult as well. Era dropping the ultimate there. Probably a little bit of a waste, but guaranteed a kill. So it's not necessarily bad. Solo coming in from the back here. He does have Illusion, but I think he's a bit out of position here. This is quite a dangerous spot to be in. They do actually look like they're going to manage to get Era. Nice ultimate there coming out from the Treant Protector. Does manage to catch him out. Trixie trying to escape here, but he's very, very slow because of the Gale. The ball is coming out from the Ember Spirit, and that is going to get the kill. There we go.
Yeah, but No-Tail comes in, drops the ultimate. Nice kinetic field there. They managed to take down Solo. Limps back to the Treant. Treant's trying to heal himself. Hani's just beating away on him. He doesn't have enough mana for another raise. And BZZ drops a Sunstrike. Not able to accomplish anything.
Yeah.
Hani on a killing spree.
Yeah, he's sitting on 2.7k, and he's going to be getting his BKB in a couple of seconds here, just needs a little bit more. And then he will have it. At least I think he do. I can't remember how much the recipe is for it.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Era chooses to be greedy, finish out that helm.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Go for the BKB. I'm guessing he's not grabbing a drum. Now that he's up there, random tequila. And a push going up here top. BZZ, Sidoi. Looks like they're going to be able to get this tower. Trixie goes for the
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Now, BZZ hangs around.
I think Trixie is going to put him in a bit of a bad spot here. He has been abandoned by the rest of his team. Nice cancellation on the stun there. He was going to miss that. And Shadowfiend comes in with a lovely DD slap.
That's not terrifying or anything.
No, not at all. It's just standard.
Fnatic taking decent control of this game. As far as net worth goes, it's still pretty mixed up. I'm going to take a look at the graphs. Experience, about 5,000 in Fnatic's favor. But the gold's only about 1,500 in Fnatic's favor, so it's still a fairly even game. XP does mean a little more at this stage.
And if you look at the heroes that Fnatic do have the most farm on, I mean, it's a Shadowfiend and a Luna, so I think they can make more use out of the money than Rox.Kis can, especially with Ember Spirit being so far behind. There's not really going to be a great deal he can do.
I mean, Rox.Kis is going to have to delay this game a lot. However, they happen to have both the Treant Protector and a Nature's Prophet. Excellent at delaying the game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're not going to be getting towers very easily against that. I mean, if you have a look at them, looks like they're actually going for Roche here as well.
There's no medallions, but a lot of minions.
Yeah, that's a heck of a lot of Plague Wards. Looks like they do spot this one out as well, so they should be able to come in and contest this one. Shadowfiend does have his BKB now, so you could just roll in there and drop the Requiem. But looks like the Roche is going to drop first. They do manage to get that one.
Venom drops the next ultimate there. Trixie falls, Nature's Prophet all bouncing around. Hani throws out his ult.
middle tower is under attack.
Doesn't really hit much.
Yeah, looks like Solo's in a bit of a bad spot here, getting chased up by Era. He does manage to get a ball off, and that gives him enough time. Looks like he's dropping the Eclipse, and he does manage to pick off Trixie. Sorry, not Trixie. He managed to pick off Fly with that, but no, not Fly. What am I talking about? Yo, my brain is not working today.
Trixie picked up the Treant. We've got the Aegis taken down on BZZ, and Trixie and Hani are enough to finish off BZZ a second time.
Yep.
I'm gonna guess that there's a little more lag coming out, or maybe a little bit of a strategic pause. There should be a thing that, you know, leagues, tournaments should have a number of pauses that you're allowed to use.
Yeah. I mean, it's difficult, obviously. I mean, it's okay in LANs, but in online tournaments, it's a little bit more difficult, obviously, because if you're having
lag problems.
a little bit.
Well, it would be interesting. I know there's a way to see what everybody's ping is. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I guess
it's a console command. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah. So I mean, the admin could keep an eye on pings, and if it goes above a certain point for a certain amount of time, I don't know. It would probably get pretty complicated. But when I think about professional sports, they have a certain number of timeouts they're allowed to have, and then there's injury time and etc. So it could be something like that. I don't know if we want to bring pro sports stuff into Dota though, because I kind of hate pro sports. So.
Yeah, it looks like Helga's trying to get to the bottom of the issue here. And the answer to lag again is D. Looks like we are actually ready to get going again. So yeah, Fnatic drop the Luna and the Lich there, but I still call that a win. I mean, they got the got BZZ, they got the Treant, they got the Venomancer, so it's yeah. I would call that a win.
Solo almost has his drum, and then his mana problems will disappear. He's pretty low now. He's got to go back and heal before he can return to farming.
Yeah, he's got himself the phase boots now, so he's going to be a little bit more scary, but still not a great deal. He's still not hitting very hard, so I think if the rest of his team can make space, I think he could do just going to farm, and just try and get some safe farm and try and get back into the game.
Poor No Tail. He tried so hard to get that deny. He canceled his animation for like a good 2 or 3 seconds, just kept canceling it.
Yeah, not quite there. So Shadow Fiend's actually got an invis rune. They're going to find BZZ here by the looks of things, and he is in a bit of a bad spot. He's going to get glimpsed back into the kinetic field, and he is going to melt. He's very, very dead. And nice stent there by Solo, but I think he's actually going to pay with his life here as well. I think he maybe should have just left that one. It looks like Cedo has actually been dusted up here as well, so they are going to see him, and of course the Shadow Walk is not going to save him. So Cedo is going to fall there as well. So Fnatic really getting rolling in this game. Having a look at the gold graph, it's pretty even at the moment, so it's not going to be that much of an issue.
Yeah, we might see it change when it updates a little bit.
Yeah.
There are 2 minuses, right, on the side of Rox.Kis.
Yes, they got BZZ.
Yeah, I think that might be changing the gold graph a little bit. Plus, Rox.Kis has a tower. They have 2 towers. So yeah. That's skewing it a little bit. The Fnatic is definitely coming out in these fights.
Yeah, I mean, the later in the game it goes, the towers on Rox.Kis' side, it's just money sitting on the map for anyone that decides to go and get it.
Yeah, I have a friend, he insists that it's money in the bank. That they just have to go withdraw. I always say that about if someone has a killing spree, or if you give them a godlike streak, you know, it's just investing. You're just investing.
Yeah, exactly. Tactical feeds. That's what I do in my games.
Profit Treants here, just feeding Era, I guess. Yeah, so a little bit of a low right now. I think everybody kind of wants to get their next item up before they actually engage. Let's see, what would Fnatic be working on? Oh, a Necro Book. Oh, sorry, that's Rox.Kis. Rox.Kis working on a Necro Book on BZZ. And probably the same on Sidoi, I would guess.
I would imagine so, yeah, with that Staff of Wizardry. I don't imagine it's going to be an Aghs. I don't think the Aghs is really going to be that effective. So
I don't think you would get Staff of Wizardry first.
Yeah.
Profit, that would be a terrible decision. You just melt even faster.
Yeah. The Luna is, you are right, they'd go for the Helm of the Dominator, so it's pretty greedy. I think they can afford to be greedy, to be honest. They've got decent control of the map, their warding is pretty good, and it's been left fairly alone.
Yeah, I mean, she's sitting on 2k gold, so she's halfway to a BKB anyways.
Yeah, just sitting on it, I think, at the moment, just in case there's an engagement they do need buyback with the Eclipse, but I doubt it. To be honest, they don't have the TP points really to get into anywhere aggressive. for buybacks.
What was... Oh, I was going to take a look. I forgot what I was going to look at. But, oh well, yeah. Still very passive. Check Roche. There's still a while left on him. So they can't do that anytime soon. And they did... Yeah, they popped the Aegis on BZZ.
Yeah. BZZ's had a pretty rough game. I mean, solo safe lane Invoker is... I don't like it very much. But yeah, he's sitting on 484 at the moment. He's not done terribly, but it's less than you would want on BZZ anyway.
Yeah, let's see. Solo still hasn't finished his strum. Poor guy.
Per solo.
Yeah, I would guess that after he finishes drum, he just goes for
Dire's
Desolator.
top tower is under
He obviously doesn't have time
Dire's structures
for that
are
Battle Fury.
fortified.
Yeah, the Desolator is probably the best comeback item, I would say. Makes him a little bit more of a support, and less of a sort of sleight of fist, smash your face in guy.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
He picks up the drums with that tower kill.
Tower is under attack.
Finally, that's 20-minute drums. Must be some kind of record. Yeah, it looks like Era's been spotted out a little bit. I think they know that he's roughly down here, so I think this could be quite nasty. No points in Nature's Guys, and if he's going to catch him out here, oh, didn't quite get in there with the ult from Tree and Protector. I'm pretty sure Overgrowth does do a mini interrupt. So
yeah, it holds you down. It would interrupt that. Yeah, prevents moving, blinking, invisible attacking. So I would guess that that's going to stop TPing as well.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tuxedo is doing a little bit more jungling. He's got himself his Shadow Blade, and he's going to be he's got his Necro Book now as well, so he can start that annoying Nature's Prophet rack split pushing. So that's going to be quite nasty. Looks like Rox are going to try and rotate up to the top to try and stop this. I think they know that it's coming. Fnatic's positioning is pretty good. They are unseen, I think, at the moment. They probably know there's more, but at the moment, you know, they're not sure.
Yeah, they're missing Era. They may not want to take a fight here, but Shadow Fiend does have Blink Dagger. The Fly's ultimate is bouncing around, doing quite a bit of damage. Some unlucky bounces there, though. The Overgrowth up on Fly. Ember Spirit manages to pick off the Fly with a sleight of fist. And Honey's just going to blink out. So they lose Trixie and Fly.
Yeah, Trixie's positioning there. He was trying to be a little bit sneaky and hide in the little kind of divot in the trees, but it's a bit dangerous, especially when your team's kind of backing off a little bit, because if you get blocked in there, you are dead, as we just seen there. And he did actually miss the Impale as well, so it's unfortunate.
I don't think Fnatic is too concerned. I mean, so like we said, Rox.Kis needs to delay the game to let Solo get the farm.
Yeah.
But I mean, an Ember Spirit up against a Luna and a Shadow Fiend, they'll have damage coming out from the Nature's Prophet and the Invoker, but I mean, they're building Necro Books. They're not really building right click.
Yeah, I think they realize that they're not going to win this if it goes really late, especially against a Luna and Shadow Fiend. So they've just decided to go for go and try and take towers early. Try and use the Tree and Protector to hold their own towers for the time being.
I think Solo is going a Battle Fury, by the way, unless he's going Blade Mail, which makes 0 sense.
Yeah, strange one. Era is actually sitting pretty good farm-wise. The greedy build has worked out pretty well. Sitting on a Yasha and going for a BKB now. Decided to go for the Yasha before the BKB, which, you know, it's a manly build. But, yeah. Here comes Sunstrike on Era as well. Drops pretty low, but not going to be in too much of a danger, really. Drops in the trees just in case there's any rotations coming in.
Or that Nature's Prophet ultimate.
Looks like Nick Assassin's going to try and TP out here, but he doesn't actually quite get it off. Trixie is going to fall here. It was some nice play by Solo. Managing to get the ballers off before the TP came off.
No Tail manages to port out now that there's the full 5-man Rox.Kis bottom.
Yeah.
Rox.Kis having some nice pickoffs here. I mean, they grab up Hani, they get Trixie. Should be able to get a nice push off of this.
Yeah, I mean, they can't contest with gold. They can't contest with 5-man that well, especially with an Exhort Invoker. You don't have that team fight presence that you would. But getting the pickoffs, and that's it's catching up quite nicely.
Yeah, Soul and Yule
Radiant's bottom
working on
tower
Rosh.
is under
They do
attack.
have a medallion up on Yule now, so this should go by a little bit faster. And they picked up the gem on Yule. I didn't quite see when this happened. That's going to help them a lot against Trixie.
Yeah. So at the moment, I would still favour Fnatic, especially going into the late game. But I think Rox.Kis have a. It's not a huge disadvantage they're at, really.
Rox.Kis can't afford to make any mistakes. Hani is able to just absolutely destroy towers quickly. Ira can push incredibly fast. But if Fnatic makes a mistake or two, I mean, yes, you've got the Nature's Prophet, but they can't make up that much from it. But if Fnatic makes, I would say 2 or 3, they can have one more bad team fight, but 2 or 3 more, and Rox.Kis will have this back in hand.
Yeah, I mean, if they take 1 or 2, then, like, say for example, just now, if they went to try and defend this, and they lost 2, Fnatic lost 2 heroes, then all Nature's Prophet would do is he'd TP up top, push the top lane, and then they're split, and there's 3. They've only got 3, so they're going to guarantee to lose 1 tower. So. They drop in the...
Fnatic is ignoring this push bottom.
I think they're gonna try and get this mid tower. I think towers for them are more important than for Rox, because you'd expect Rox to have more towers, so I think getting there will be quite nice.
Solo catching up here. He's pretty close to the Battle Fury, only about 800 away. So that took him about 5 minutes. Nice.
Yeah, he's sitting about middle of the pack in terms of net worth at the moment. So it's he's coming back, but is it too little, too late? Really, you'd expect a Battle Fury and a Chrysalis by this stage, really, on Ember Spirit to make him really, really useful.
There are 2 level 3 Necros up, though. They're having a hard time dealing with this push.
Damage empowers me.
Yeah. Unsurprisingly, I mean, Necros, they got nerfed slightly, but nowhere near enough. I think.
Now, I had heard there was once a mechanic that prevented you from going 5-man Necro.
I'm not entirely sure. I've been kind of scrubbed here, not paying attention to many mechanics apart from Shadowblade for a while. So.
Just Shadowblade every hero.
Yeah. Who needs sentries? I don't need to see people. They just need to not see me.
It would be interesting if you made it so you could have like max 3 Necros on a team. So you couldn't buy more than 3. Yeah. Like there's only 3 in stock.
Ice Frog's way of dealing with that, is usually just nerf or add cost, because I'm not sure if you remember the brief time when every single hero would you'd get like 10 Midas. After the change to the gold income per second, and it's like, we can't be having Crystal Maidens getting like 9-minute Midases.
I'm sorry, 7-minute Midas. Thank you very much.
I'm being a little bit. I can't even think of the word. My brain is dead. Never mind. Cancel that. Ignore.
I would just jungle CM and get like a 6 or 7-minute Midas. If you help out with a kill or 2, and then just go for the absolutely ridiculous tanky CM Scythe Heart Yule's drums kind of thing.
I remember the first time I got during that time I got a Midas and CM, and I got like a beyond godlike streak or something like that in a random pub, and then I got to a stage. I had my BKB, I had Refresher, I had Aghanims, and then I was like, I don't know what to build now, so I was like, screw it, I just bought a Radiance.
I usually just go for Zoom CM. Max move speed on anyone is funny, but on CM it's hilarious.
Yeah, especially when she is one of the slowest heroes in the game to start with.
Yeah, Invoker's really slow as well. I actually didn't realize that because I never play him. I think I'm more terrified of Invoker than I am of Mipho for playing.
Yeah, same. I've been told it's easier now that it's Quas Wex than Exhort, but oof. Oh, No-Tail just dodging that Sunstrike there after killing that Necro.
If I'm really low and there's a Quas Exhort, I just click follow on someone and I'm like, buddy, we'll get hit together.
So Shadow Fiend is going to try and man up on this one, but it's not going to be quite enough. But the Eclipse coming in from Luna here, and it's going to pick off quite a bit there. Blink coming out from the Train Protector, he does manage to get himself out. But,
Radiant's bottom
yeah,
tower
you know,
is
that's
under
a
attack.
2-1. I would call that a win.
Yeah. And Era has up his BKB. He's got almost 3k gold in the bank. This is a terrifying Luna, or a soon-to-be terrifying Luna.
Yeah, and that is the Manta picked up now as well. It looks like that Go Black has pinged out the pinged them out there, but not quite managing to get the Sunstrike on. The Sunstrike's been reasonably on point, but they're never easy to hit.
Well, no
I think
Tail's
anyone that
just,
says they are,
you know,
lying.
Sunstrike Dodger, #1. These treants are interesting. They're strange looking.
They are the Christmas pine tree ones, I think.
I've never seen them before.
Yeah, the crafting thing from the event. Can't remember what it was called.
Who knows? I wonder if anybody's gonna grab this haste rune or do anything with it. We entered another passive farm stage.
Yeah, but I think Rox.Kis can't afford to passive farm. They really can't. Not with Luna being as scary as Luna always is.
Honestly, I think Rox.Kis is ahead right now. I mean, Fnatic is a little scared. They haven't gotten a lot of kills recently. They've just been getting picked off. And if they make any mistakes, we've got 2 Necro 3s, and you know, it was better when they had some of these towers, but you know, now that these are just open tier 3s, you know, Fnatic really needs to grab these tier 1s. Like they can't leave these here. The Roche control is far too great for Rox.Kis right now.
Yeah, definitely. And if you have a look at the gold graph, actually, I didn't realize it was quite this bad. It was we were saying about 8-9k in favor of Rox.Kis at the moment. I mean, obviously, as I said, Fnatic making better use out of the gold, but it's still never a bad thing.
And they're going on Go Black here. They spot him out with the Sentry Ward, the Disruptor Kinetic Field, holding him there so Hani can just pound away on him. Hani does a lot of damage.
Yeah, Hani's also looking pretty scary. He's got himself a Butterfly, Blink, BKB, Morbid Mask, so he's going to be scary very, very shortly as well. I mean, he's sort of mid-tier at the moment, but it's not going to take much for him to go crazy.
Prophet just showed off the Sentry Ward, or showed off that there was an observer up there.
So Yol's farming the Ancients up here with that medallion. He should be able to get them reasonably quickly, but, you know.
Ember Spirit has finished off his Battle Fury, sitting on 1,400 gold. Maybe now he'll go Desolator? I don't think he's going to stack Battle Fury.
I would say maybe it'll either be crit or Deso. I would say most likely Deso, unless have they got any other Deso carries? Well,
Shadowblade, or he's stacking Battle Furies because he has a more. Oh yeah, BCZ in some trouble here, and they dust him.
Yeah, no Ghost Walk for you, my friend. He does go down. BCZ, he's had a very, very tough game. I mean, he's got his Scythe and he's got his Necro 3. So he's done pretty well gold wise, but he keeps getting picked off, and it's nasty.
Yeah. Roche will be up here in about 15 seconds. If Fnatic doesn't get this tower, if they don't make some pressure, Rox.Kis is going to pick up. Is that third Roshan?
Yeah. Yes, it is third.
In comes Solo, nice impale there by Trixie. Oh, and an Overgrowth holds him there, so he's not able to TP out. Solo picks him off. That Radiance is really just a lot. Flame Guard.
Yeah, well, it's actually more than Radiance because it's 60 rather than 50, which is I think it's just ridiculous. Could you imagine it? Could you imagine a Radiance Ember?
That just sounds mean.
Radiance, Shadowblade, Ember Spirit. There you go. There's the new meta right there.
Shadowblade on everybody! They can't see
exactly,
me!
Shadowblade. More Shadowblades. Give him more Shadowblades.
I mean, yeah, he's stacking Battle Furies.
Yeah. I mean, that could work out pretty well, especially with Luna going. Obviously, they know that she's got the Manta, so like more targets to cleave off of. So, yeah, I can see it. And I mean, Shadow Fiend's not one that isn't. It's not unheard of to go for Manta on him as well. So, I think it's okay. I prefer a safer build, especially when it's been been so far behind, but he seems to be pulling it off. So
Daedalus has a really high reward though, with the extra damage you get from the Sleight of Fists.
yeah, definitely. And they're actually going to want to take Roche here as well. They've got a lot of damage, a lot of minus armor coming out here, especially with the Forge Spirits and the medallion. So it's just going to die very, very, very quickly.
That quickly dropping Roche. Now, BCZ or Solo?
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
They put the Aegis on Solo, and did BCC grab the cheese? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Like second life.
Pretty much. And it's 2,500 health, which is more than he's got, and 1,000 mana, which is most of what he's got. Well, half of what he's got. So it's pretty nice.
I didn't realize. I thought cheese like healed you the whole way.
No, 2,500 and 1,000.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now. Is that recent or has it always been that way?
As far as I can remember, it's always been that way.
Well, I'm a lowly support, so that pretty much always just fully.
Yeah,
does it for me.
you'll never get cheese.
No, I've gotten cheese. I just use it, and I'm always back at full.
Yeah.
Because I'm a support with no health.
Yeah, I usually play off lane, so I'm bristleback, so I'm just like, oh, that didn't fill me up. 2 hearts OP.
Oh goodness. I have a friend who plays League, and when he plays Dota, he just insists on building as many hearts on Centaur as possible. Like, he just sits in the jungle for like an hour and just keeps building hearts.
Nasty.
I don't play with him very often. Is he stuck in the trees on purpose, or what's he doing here? Alright. I think it was a misblink.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe he clicked slightly too far, overestimated the blink.
And then it actually shortens it.
I'm not sure if they fixed it or not, but Blink Dagger, if you click further than 1,200 units, you don't go 1,200, you go less than 1,200.
I think that's intentional. It's kind of like a punishment for not knowing the...
Yeah,
Sources?
I don't like it, but I'm sure for players of this quality, it makes very little difference. I'm sure they know it on muscle memory, so...
Yeah, it's something I need to practice with.
Yeah,
I
it looks like
very often.
looks like Rox.Kis are they've been spotted out a bit here, but they are sitting in a fairly aggressive position, just trying to maybe get a pick off, but I don't think they can. Fnatic are fairly 5-manning at the moment, so.
Fnatic has a. I mean, both teams kind of have a tough decision. Do you go for a pick off? Do you wait? I mean, do you give the Ember more time? The Luna more time? Ooh, there's a double damage on Solo here.
Yep, and there we go, a lovely initiation there by Go Black there, and he's actually going to melt them quite quickly. The Ember Spirit is chasing Trixie just now, and he is going to pick him off as well. It's very nicely done by Rox.Kis. Treant is going to drop here as well, though, but Hani is picking up a Treant as well. Not a Treant, Nature's Prophet.
2 gems on the ground, so Solo picks up 1, runs away. Looks like BCZ maybe going in to grab the second one.
Yep, the couriers are around about as well, so they can use that if need be. But of course, don't want to be dropping that courier, especially not with a satanic recipe on it.
It was an interesting fight. I mean, it was a nice initiation by Gold Black with that overgrowth, but No Tail responded very quickly, dropping down his ultimate and managing to stay alive. I'm not even sure how. Did they? Yeah, so it must have been a Lich Mech kept him up. And Hani, he picked off Sidoi on the back end. So I think that actually was a little worse for Fnatic that Hani was occupied with Sidoi. I think if Hani had been in the main fight, they probably would have been able to pick off Solo.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he was in a bit of a better position for the Requiem or something like that, I might have turned it. But I think Rox.Kis just have very, very, very good team fight. And it looks like Hani is in a bit of a bad spot here. He is sheeped up here. But he does have a Satanic, so, you know, it's... here he goes, drops a BKB, and this is Satanic, and he is going to try and... he's actually going to TP out here, but doesn't quite manage it.
Not a long enough BKB. No Tail falls as well, and he comes in. That's unfortunate for Fnatic. Era does get the middle tower.
Yeah.
So many towers left. This is surprising from a Luna Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, well, it's that Treant. I mean, you can't slow siege. You have to go all in, because if not, the next time you go, it's going to be on full health. So it's That's really one of the main strengths of Tree and Protector. I mean, he's a decent initiator, but that is really where his strength comes. It's preventing them from taking towers.
And while Hani and No-Tail are down, they can't defend this top tower.
Yeah, they're going to drop this tower, and it's not going to go well. The more towers they lose, the more likely it is that they'll just get split pushed down. They'll lose a tower, and then it's just racks. And you don't have anything to protect your racks after that, so... It looks like they are actually going to go high ground here.
Fnatic's in trouble here. Hani falling was pretty bad, and then No-Tail joining in was quite a challenge.
Yeah. Luna has, of course, the Eclipse here, but with this amount of units in the area, it's a complete waste to do that.
Yeah, and Solo has picked up his second Battle Fury, and now he's well, he absolutely just melted everybody. Yeah, Go Black comes in with the overgrowth, misses everyone here, runs himself away, Trixie manages to get out as well. Flydra's in the ultimate is bouncing around. He's not really doing that much. Fnatic's gonna get racked. Tawny comes out now.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Now everybody's backing off. So they might be going for mid.
Yeah, it looks like they are just going to go for mid. There's not really a great deal they can do. I mean, one of their best turtlers is dead. No-Tail's Disruptor, and that's one of the best ways of turtling for their team, but he is down for another 15 seconds or so,
yeah,
it's not going to be good.
Not looking good for Rox.Kis. I mean, like we said, they were doing okay, but there were several pickoffs, positioning mistakes, and a complete really lack of vision. I mean, they only have this one ward up right here.
Yeah. I mean, it's been difficult for them. They've been a bit scared to go out of the base recently, and it looks like they just actually smoked up on this observer ward here, so I think they're going to know, and they are going to wait for them. It looks like Tree and Protector is sitting at the side here under Invis. And he does have his overgrowth just coming off cooldown right now. Initiation is going to come in very shortly from Ember Spirit. Nope, there we go. Overgrowth comes off there, and Trixie is going to fall down here as well. No-Tail dropping pretty low as well. Ira also dropping low there. Drops the BKB and the Eclipse. Doing quite a lot of damage here, but there's a lot of units there to soak up that damage. Do manage to pick off the tree end there, but I don't think it's really worth it. Drops the Manta to try and get off some of those debuffs and try and escape. But it looks like Ira is actually going to die to Plague Wards. Yep, there we go. Benamancer managed to pick him off with Plague Wards there. Not ideal.
Oh, Hani trying to go on BCC. Cheese, so unfortunate. And Solo, BCC, and Sidoi here to turn around at Hani. They managed to pick him off. Solo, I mean, I don't know if you saw it, but he is absolutely melting through everyone, including Ira. Ira doesn't actually have that many actual life points.
Yeah, I completely take back what I said earlier, that Solo's going to have a really rough game in the late, but, so... There you go, guys, don't listen to me.
Powerful in the late game. You usually expect
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But they're not quite tanky enough.
I mean, it's so unfair. I just feel that Ember, there's no point in the game where he's not overpowered, which is a ridiculous thing, really. There's got to be somewhere, and he actually does get glimpsed back into the kinetic field here. He can probably throw Sleight of Fist, do quite a lot of damage here, but he is actually going to fall very shortly. Hani not quite able to get the damage in there, but I think that Lich ult is going to pick him up nicely done.
That's an important pickoff for them. A lot of money for Fly. They don't have the room to do anything with it.
Yeah. I mean, Luna's still... She's got herself a Chrysalis, and nothing in the Courier. She's still not got her Satanic or anything like that. She's got a Butterfly, so that is at least a decent advantage, but I'd like to see a Satanic coming out, because as you've seen there, when she dropped the Eclipse, it did quite a lot, but she did die very, very quickly, so dropping health very quick. Once you've got the Satanic, then it's a completely different story.
Yeah, and once her BKB wears off, Benno just absolutely wrecks her.
Yeah. I mean, if you got the Satanic and you drop the BKB, you use the Satanic, and then it's a full heal. It's basically a cheese that does damage.
Cheese that does damage.
Lots and lots of damage.
I'm imagining a cheese like exploding apart, and then there being hot melted cheese on everybody's faces nearby.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. See, where's the what we need is techies, and we need Arcana that turns all of his explosions into cheese explosions. There we go. There you go. I'm gonna make that and put that in the market, and then you guys can make get the cheese techies.
I think that's an excellent idea. Denny did an AMA, and he had I can't remember what he said about techies. I think it was if like Techie came out and Puppy picked him for you, what would you do? And he had the most ridiculous, you know, just like run in and die kind of scenarios.
Yeah, that's pretty much how you play Takis as far as I know. I mean, it's been a very long time since I played Dota 1, and I think I only played him like twice or something, but...
Yeah. I never played Dota 1. Again, I only started Dota 2 like a year and a half ago or so. So everybody just keeps talking about Techies, and I have no idea what they're talking about. It's a smoke here from Fnatic. They're gonna run into someone. Alright, so checking Roche. Nobody in Roche. Go Black reveals just no tail. Yeah, probably not a fight they want to take.
No, I don't think they want to be taking any fights at the moment, to be quite honest. I don't think they can. I mean, obviously the Luna Eclipse is going to do quite a lot, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. It's not going to do much damage to the Ember Spirit, of course, because he's got OP Flame Guard. And Tree and Protector, he can just throw a Leech Seed on onto Era, and then it's, you know, counteracts a hell of a lot of that damage. Aegis drops again, and it is actually Ember Spirit that picks it up again.
I feel like that was instant that time.
Yeah, she's going on BZZ as well again. BZZ is actually sitting on 4.5k at the moment, so, and he's got himself. He's only sitting on standard boots at the moment actually. So
I would assume he's buying some
travels, I guess. Yeah, I assume he's going to go travels. They want to just make sure that he's guaranteeing that he's going to get buyback.
Yeah, he just bought them.
Yeah.
He had 3k reliable gold, so he's fine.
Yeah, he's actually got a Null Talisman in the career as well, I think.
That might just be there from...
Yeah. I don't think he needs to sell it, to be quite honest.
I think a lot of people kind of forget.
Yeah.
So, there's no tower here. I didn't even notice they had taken this tier 3. This is a tough defense for Fnatic. I mean, Gold Black's gonna be able to blink in, Overgrowth. He's very tanky, so he can't do a lot to him.
Yeah,
Solo
I mean, that was a...
chip away with his Sleight of Fist.
Speaking of, it's not really a chip. He just did 1,000 damage to Hani there with a Sleight of Fist, so...
Hani has so much damage, it's hard to know. There's so much health, it's hard to notice.
Yeah. I mean, Disruptor's a really good high ground defender, but you're going to have no creeps with an Ember Spirit there. He just drops Sleight of Fist. I mean, it's on a 6-second cooldown to do 1,000 damage to each person with cleave, so it's a bit ridiculous to say the least.
This is tough here for Fnatic. They have to win this fight, and they have to, I guess, push out top with it.
Yeah. I mean, the slow siege is really not going to work well for them because the longer they take to take these racks, the more top pushes in and starts doing damage to their tier 4s. So.
Yeah, this is just, I mean, Fnatic can't do anything against this slow siege. Rox.Kis isn't engaging and they know they don't have to. And that solo just took out over half of Era's health.
Oh, and there is even more than half. Wow, that was a really nice play there, and both coming to the Sunstrike and then the Sleight of Fist. Nicely done. The Lich Ult is going to come out, but it's not going to do a huge amount. Solo is caught in here. He does have the Aegis, of course, so it's not really a big deal if he goes down. And that is Hani down, and I think this is probably GG, to be quite frank. There's not much they can do.
I'm thinking there's no buyback on Luna.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, no buyback on anyone.
Fnatic,
so yeah, that is GG.
Oh, unfortunate for Fnatic, they really had the nice early game aggression. They had control. I think they just had a few silly YOLO moments. And let Rox.Kis get a few too many pickoffs. You let Solo catch up, etc.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Solo's play there. It was really, really nicely done. I have to say, Go Black. I would probably say MVP in that match. He saved the towers. Saved about 4 or 5 heroes while they were running away. It was just fantastic play from him.
Yeah, and his overgrowths were just perfect. I mean, well positioned, well timed, catching the right heroes. Like, I think he only whiffed one of them, and it really wasn't that important. So. Nicely done. Well, I am Renessa. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Renessa, and on Twitter at RenessaDota. And I was joined by Zezen. So He's twitch.tv/season and then @seasongaming, right? On Twitter?
Yep, that is correct.
Any shout-outs you've got?
Not really. Just shout out to Goldblack, rapping the Treant Protector. Good man. I like Treant.
Yeah. I've got a shout-out to Neslick. He's been keeping me occupied in pubs lately, so it's been nice to play with him. And thank you, everybody, for watching in Dota TV.